Hi, I'm Roger, a regular guy with a hotline to spirit. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about what it is like to talk to dead people. As a medium. See you in a bit. So what is it like to talk to dead people? Well, before I even get into that, I have to tell you something that occurred right before we were going to shoot. We were about to shoot, and everyone was quiet, centering, and all of a sudden, in a chair way over to my right, were these stacked exercise balls, because I train people in my office, personal training. And they all just decided to roll onto the floor, clearing the chair, which is nice and cushy and velvety green, to be open. And my mother came in and sat there, and she's still there now, and she's letting me know that she is proud of me and just loves me and of everything I'm doing, and for me to know that, and that moves me. So I'm sharing with you the conclusion of this episode first, which is they're always with us. Now, getting back to the question, what is it like to talk to dead people? Excuse me, Mom. And that is, first of all, I don't think of them as dead people at all, because they're not dead. They're actually very much alive, and very often they're more talkative and speaking up and saying many things, more so when they're in spirit, where they're no longer in their body, than they were in life. And they have quite a bit to say, usually. So what is it like to speak to people that are passed on or have transitioned or in spirit? Well, it is wonderful. It is wonderful to have them come in and express their love for their loved ones that are still in life or in their body. And they will share different things to convey, like I'm thinking of someone right now, to convey really how they felt in life and how much that person who's sitting in front of me very often meant to them and means to them still. And to be part of that, to share that, is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's just so full. It's not casual. It's pretty direct. Very often, someone, when they come into my office, will bring in at least one or several people with them, and that soul, they're in spirit, the people they bring with them, that's what I mean by that, and that soul will let me know they're present, but they'll wait very respectfully towards the back. And there are certain protocols. If the person knows they're not on good terms with that person coming to see me, they'll stay in the back of the room, like, because they're there to support them, but they are also being respectful, knowing that they didn't leave things on good terms, so to speak. And that happens a lot. And how they speak to me, how they communicate to me, is they will literally communicate through conclusive thought. Words. Like, I'm not hearing Roger. No, I'm hearing thoughts that are not my own. And I can feel, I have this expression. If you want to see something, you look. You want to hear something, you listen. You want to know something, you feel. So it's really feeling and listening at the same time. So I'm not trying to feel. I just automatically, I just know it's their mother, or I know it's their father, or I know it's their loved one, I know it's their brother, and they have something to say. I remember being at someone's wake, someone I grew up with, and his sisters came over to me, particularly one, and it was great to see her, and I hold a lot in my heart for their family and each of them. And what was coming in was this young man, and he was telling me, literally showing me. So how do I get information? What it's like for me is I'll hear them speak to me, and I'll get to see them in my mind's eye, and they'll show me things. He was showing me a box, but he was showing me these boots. And so she's speaking to me, this woman, the sister of her brother that passed that I knew, if you can follow that. And as she's speaking to me, this young guy speaking to me, letting me know he's present, and I know he's present for her. And that's how it is. They always will let you know, the soul that comes in, the spirit that comes in is letting you know that they're there for that person that I'm speaking with. And without saying it, oh, if you don't mind, could you say this? No, they're telling me things because they know I will pass it on to them. That's my deal with spirit. I will tell the truth. And I told her, I said, listen, when we were done, reacquainting ourselves, I hadn't seen them for years. I said, listen, there's a soul that comes in. And I told her the whole thing about this young guy with the shoes and the boots and the shoebox. And she started to cry because that was her son that passed. And they had just looked at the boots and they didn't know what to do with them. And she grabbed my arm. I'm like, ah. And I said, well, he's here. And I think that is probably the biggest thing being a medium, is you get to let people know that their loved ones are still with them, loving them. That is everything. And when it comes in for me, when my mom, who's here, well, here, it takes me by surprise because I'm so used to doing it for other people. And my mom had the balls roll out from the chair and plop. And I'm like, is that my mother? Yep. And it means everything to us, doesn't it? If you have a loved one, and this is why I conclude with, our loved ones are always with us. Always, always, always. If you just think about them for a second, actually before you finish the thought of them, they're already in your space, probably less than 2 or 4 feet from you. Not to scare you, but just, it is impossible for us to be alone. We're never alone. And our loved ones are always present, loving us. It is so important. I remember once a friend of mine passed, and this is another way I get to experience my experience being a medium. A friend of mine passed, I didn't know, and his sister reached out to me to let me know, and I need to step away from what I was doing. I was personal training people in a gym, so I went into the bathroom. All of a sudden, this tornado like wind, nothing was moving in the room, but it felt like that, and I could see it just came right into me, onto me, and just hugged me and said, but you loved me, Raj. And he was saying, but you loved me, Raj. And it was my dear friend David. And that meant everything, and it allowed me, the grief I was feeling, to just dissipate and leave. Because I got to feel him be in joy. And that's what we want for our loved ones. So being a medium is amazing. It is such a privilege for me to connect to spirit, to people's loved ones that so much want to let them know that, one, we're with you, and that we love you, and that you matter, and we're always with you, supporting you in everything you do and are. It's also amazing when they say, we did not do that in life, and they go through a list of things they wish they had done differently, but they are loving them now. And sometimes people are not up to hearing that because their experience of them in life was not so great. And eventually they come around and they hear that, and it's very, very healing. And that's everything. And to be part of that, it's not having a gift, it's being given a gift each time. Being a medium, it has been such a wonderful experience for me to be part of, and to share love that comes in from heaven, from their loved ones, with the people that come to see me or in session, whether it's in person or on the phone. It's a joy, and so the takeaway here is know that our loved ones are always, always, always with us, loving us. Thank you so much. So if you like this video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and ring the bell, and write a comment. I'd love to know what you got out of this, and maybe share with me one of your experiences with your loved ones. Okay? Much joy. much love, and go out and create a wonderful reality for yourself.